So we're two blokes in a room wanting to record a podcast.
We're
I
in
guess
two
what we should
rooms.
start. Two rooms. Yeah, we're not even in the
We're
same
in
room.
two
Look
rooms.
at that.
A bloke in a
Okay.
room. We're just a bloke in a room.
Well, two
We're
blokes in
not
two
two
rooms.
blokes in two rooms.
Cue the music.
Ding. Yeah. Twinkly music. Twinkly music.
Twinkly music has now played. Twinkly, twinkly, twinkly. Welcome along to Beer Together. I am Elton and he is...
Matt.
Well, remembers his name. Always a positive start to the podcast when he remembers
It's
his name.
Sunday, of course. I'm all right now.
It's Sunday. Yes, we're recording this on a Sunday. Whatever day you're listening to it can be your Sunday too. That doesn't make any sense at all.
No, not really.
That's total gibberish.
But it's,
Total.
every day can be Sunday if you're not working.
Absolutely. Or unless you work on Sunday like a vicar, in which case, I don't know if that sentence works.
I spent a long time working on Sundays.
I thought you were going to say I spent a long time being a vicar.
Maybe. No, God. I can't step inside a church. It burns. It just burns.
Well, welcome along. We are Beer Together, punctuation is for another debate because we'll just vanish down a rabbit hole. Every week we get together. My role is to try and provide some information that I've looked up on Tinternet and keep this ship on a steady course so we last 30 minutes and not 4.5 hours as we vanish down a story about Matt and bursting into flames because he was a vicar. Matt's job as the expert, or the everyman expert, I think you prefer.
Everyman. I am an everyman.
From beer tasting, Instagram fame, and TikTok, beer tasting 123. It is the same on TikTok, isn't it? Because I've actually grown my own hairs, so don't look at TikTok.
No, I like that. I don't particularly. I'm not dancing or anything, but yeah.
Any amusing cats featuring in any of your TikToks or tops?
Not yet.
So far?
Not yet. But I'm with my co-producer. I'm not 100% sure that the cats ain't going to come around at some point or another.
Anyway, every week we will go out and try something different: a beer, a real ale, a sours, or whatever. That you can get
maybe
from
not sour.
Well, if any listeners propose a sours, we will make the world's shortest podcast where we open it and go, "That's vile," and end the podcast. I don't like it. Why
I will look for positives in all of the alcohol that we drink. I look at positives.
Right. The positive is it's got alcohol in it. That's about
got alcohol in it, mate. Eventually, you're not going to taste anything anyway.
So we'll go out and get a beer. We'll drink it. We'll discuss whether we think it goes with food or not. Is it a food beer or just a beer? And we'll share some stories of our lives. Some of them will be interesting. Some of them will be rabbit holey. I've used that term a lot already today. Rabbit holey, and some of them will be downright dull. They will all make it through because we are desperate to fill the half an hour of this podcast. And then every week, join us and hopefully you'll find a beer that you want to try that's different to something you've tried before. And we're not going to start off by slagging any mainstream beers off. That will come later in time. Otherwise, we'll use all our content in episode 1. So we are today trying what, Matt?
We are trying Metro Land Session IPA from the Two Tribes Brewery.
So I've done a little bit of research on the Two Tribes Brewery. It was set up just north of King's Cross by a couple of sort of DJs, promoters. So they want their beers to be part of your evening or part of your daytime, part of your morning, depending on your current state of alcoholism. And they want it to really sort of feel like it fits into what you do. So this is like sessionable ale was designed to basically think I'll have a beer on the way somewhere to an event or whatever on the tube, hence Metroland.
Work.
Or not necessarily. Wouldn't advise drinking beer on the way to work unless your job is drinking beer. And then they take it through from there. So it's 3.8%. It's got an IBU number, but even with all our homebrewing courses, which we'll talk about at some point, I have no clue what an IBU means.
Isn't it to do with bitterness? It's to do with bitterness, international bitterness.
It is, but its IBU is 35.
Okay. Not knowing really what IBU in the first place.
Yeah.
Okay. We've got nothing to range that with. So it could be very bitter or it could be not bitter at all.
Yeah. So it's basically designed as a travel beer, something you drink all day while moving around London. The can's quite busy. Not sure why it's got the 8 diamonds
So
on,
busy.
but it has. Have they all got the 8 diamonds on? Yeah,
It's got the
diamonds on there.
10 of diamonds, minus.
Has it? Oh yeah, I can't count. 10.
10 of diamonds. It's your eyesight, mate.
That's my eyes. I put my glasses on. That'd be 10. Mind the Gap. Greetings from London. Pretty cool. It's a sessional IPA, so only 3.8%.
Can I open it now?
Can you open it now? Yeah, go on. You're that
Thank
thirsty. Right, here we go. I'm going to pour it. You're going to neck it from the can.
Taste it from the can first, thank you. But I have a
I'm going for
glass.
the colour. I'm going for the colour, it's a nice golden colour. Looks
Cheers.
very beerish. Well, the hops in it are Amarillo and Simcoe.
Okay, so quite citrus.
Yep.
So let's give it a go. Yeah, it tastes like beer.
It's going to be a really bad podcast series if all we do when we drink something is say, no, it tastes like beer.
Yeah, that's beer. Yeah.
It definitely tastes the orange in it.
Yeah, I think you can actually. So
It's like an umbongo.
nah, I kind of it's again very inoffensive and it's reasonable size, reasonable head on it. It's a light beer and it's for me, it's what a non-alcoholic beer should taste like. Because I like the idea of a non-alcoholic beer, and some of the
Yep.
tastes are amazing, but they've got no body because they've got no alcohol. So if there was any other way of putting body back into it, it would be fantastic. It would be perfect, and I'd probably drink them all the time.
There
But
is. I
I
know
don't because
we joke about this, and you send me the various memes for it. But I can, for once, I've got pine notes to it. There is that sort of fresh feel at the back of my mouth. Not like Dettol, obviously, but it's sort of orangey, and then there's a sort of coming through at the end.
Yeah, we do joke about pine, but there is some kind of pine resin in there that's it's nice. I like it. I think it's an easy drink to drink. So I think if we're talking about with food, I think you're talking about seafood.
Yeah,
With
it's almost
so
it's almost
light,
substitute for that lighter white wine that you might have
yeah,
with a salad or a seafood. It's certainly not going to cope with heavy fried food or a steak
no,
or anything punch to it. You'd just be like drinking water.
yeah, yes, exactly that. So I think that with maybe seafood, maybe a salad, hot day, ice cold, it will be fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. Again, having this with a chicken chasseur and it can be completely lost because it hasn't got the power to cut through that sort of thing. But I know
No.
you've been talking recently on some of your other social media channels about using beer as a replacement for wine in food.
With food, more with food rather than in food, but I'm looking at more taking that wine out of it, especially coming up to we're recording this a week before Easter, so I'm looking at what would replace the red wine in the roast lamb or
Yeah,
lamb dishes,
yeah.
whether it's going to change how you cook it. So if you've got something with herbs or like a herby roast lamb, then you're looking at a pils. It's got the herbiness
Really?
within it. Yeah. So the herbiness within the drink itself, there's
Yeah.
a innate herbiness to it. The bubbles cut through the the fat in the meat, give you a much cleaner taste on the palate. Um, and also it's a lighter drink, so
Yeah.
it doesn't kind of overwhelm the lamb. Although, to be honest, if you roast lamb, then it's quite a big taste.
Yeah.
This Metro Land, you're not going to have that with it.
No.
It's not going to stand up to it. But
No.
a good pills, clean, crisp, cold, would really work well with that kind of food, I think.
Yeah. No. And that's people see beer to be just something you pop down the pub or you buy 4 cans off the shelf in Tesco's and you bring it home, and that's actually so much more to it in a way. And we had we mentioned it briefly earlier, epically short-lived lasted 3 years. We managed to produce plenty of beer that sits in my garage. Will never be drunk, but I'm not sure the drains can cope with some of it. So I'm always worried about how we're going to dispose of it.
It's the idea of tasting your own failure. We're not going to drink. We're not going to drink it. But yeah, I just don't want it. I don't want it out there. I don't want it. I don't want my name associated with some of it.
Associated with anything. This actually goes down really smoothly. This
It does, yeah.
I think you're absolutely right. It's a beer for sitting having an atta with some mates. It isn't too heavy that you can have 3 or 4 and be okay. It's not one of those 8.2s that we've all tried accidentally in the past
Oh yeah,
and regretted.
yes, I remember. I remember
And,
that morning. What was it about?
and the
6:30
stories around that one.
in the morning
6:30 in the morning at Stansted
at
Airport.
Stansted Airport,
I want to
flying out the
say
country. I think we're flying to
on our
Leon,
way
weren't
to
we?
on our way to. I thought it was New York.
Was that New York? It might well have been.
We've just recently got back from Rome, which was beautiful food in Rome and in Venice. Awful
It was.
rugby, but that's enough times passed. I'm not bitter about it anymore.
No, I've forgotten about it. Yeah, but hey, it was a lovely weekend. It was a nice weekend. We had a good time. Lots
It
of good
was a
food.
nice weekend.
Lots of Peroni. Actually, it was quite
There
a
was
lot
an
of Peroni.
awful lot of
Peroni heavy weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, but we did find some fantastic little bars, and the IPA craft ale scene in Italy is really starting to blossom.
Mm.
And they call it IPAs.
IPA, yeah.
IPA.
IPA.
My pronunciation is corrected. But that seems to be a feature of most of their bars now. That certainly in Rome, they had an IPA available.
Yeah, I think the one we drank in Campo de Fiori was the Peroni version of actually. There was their
Peroni or Moretti? It's Moretti, I think. I mean, it's interesting. So they call this a London Session IPA as opposed to a standard IPA. And during this whole podcast series, we'll be trying some of the American IPAs. I know we've got down on our list that we're going to be balancing down the Sierra Nevada route at some point. We'll be trying the ones that started it all off for the mainstream craze, which is sat around sort of punk, Brewdog, God rest their soul. IPAs, we'll be trying those on there as well. But apparently, the sort of London IPAs, they tend to be lighter. They tend to be sub 5%.
Well,
and they tend to be built for sessions rather than built for an occasion.
I think that's a mark of the way Brits drink. So
Yeah,
Americans don't drink. I think I've heard tell if you have a third beer, they're wanting to have an intervention. So
yeah, true. Having lived in the States for a number of years,
so
it did take me 18 months to get used to Budweiser. So
God, yeah, terrible.
Never quite made Miller Lite.
No. But yeah, so it's I think that I've always drunk lower alcohol beers because then I can carry on the conversation. And it's about for me, it's always about the talk and about chatting. And if at the end of it I get completely stocious, then it's just a unfortunate side effect of really good conversation.
Absolutely. We want you to be part of our group. We're in different rooms. You're in a different room. We're in your ears. You're listening to our name drivel. It's great to be there. We're not going to talk about politics. We're not going to talk about religion, apart from the fact that Matt works on a Sunday and he wasn't a vicar and catches fire when he goes to church. Aside from that, we're not going to talk about religion. This is your safe space to hear us drivel on about our lives and try some different beers each week. And if you've got one that you've seen on the shelves and you're thinking, I wonder what that's like, drop us a note, a comment, send us a message. If we can get hold of it, please God, don't let it be a sours. Then we'll give it a go. And if it is a sours, we will have 2 guest presenters, which will be our wives, who both like sours.
And they can natter about it.
Also, if you're bored of our voice, they can natter for hours about sours. Hours about sours. That's another podcast for you.
We'll let them do that. I'm not getting involved. It's terrible. But
it's actually, I'm thinking I may go for my second can.
Are you? Oh, I'm a little behind then. So yeah, I have to catch up.
It's a vastly different space to where it was 10 years ago, King's Cross, where Two Tribes is brewed. Used to be really, really run down, but now they've really brought it through as a place for work, living,
Google
and socialising. The German gymnasium.
and Google got a place there.
What? I don't need
No,
to
but
Google it. I've
Google have
been
got a
there.
place
What?
there, haven't they?
Why are you just
Behind
shouting internet search terms at
behind
me?
the German gymnasium.
Ask Jeeves.
Oh, jeez, that shows your age. My life.
Alta
Oh,
Vista.
oh, giddy on.
MySpace. Anyway, told you I don't do TikTok.
Fine. No, it's yeah,
Yeah, but Google's
Google
there.
there.
We had a fantastic meal there
Yeah,
last year
in a
in
Korean
that
restaurant. Yeah,
Korean
that
place.
was
And whether we like it is kind of irrelevant.
very
really.
much very relevant. Everyone's different,
Matt,
and you know,
mm,
there wouldn't be a market for a lot of beers if I was the arbiter of taste. And certain breweries
it's
would
an
be shot
interesting
into the
one.
sun. But you know,
It's an interesting one. So Matt on his Instagram and TikTok, I confess to not following you on
I know you
TikTok
don't.
primarily because I don't have TikTok. Is he takes a beer very much like we're doing here? He'll taste it. He'll explain whether it tastes like it says on the tin, and give you some hints and tips on various hops. So he's becoming a de facto expert
Well, between the two
by
of
dint of
us,
having to drink
I
beer.
am probably more the technical expert between the two of us. On the
But not
rest
when
of
it
the
comes to
planet,
homebrew.
I'm still very much just trying.
I'm thinking last night we had Mexican. Well, we cooked Mexican at home with that like sort of citrus and
Hmm.
slight spice to it. This would go pretty well with that actually. Sort of, it's almost got the same body as a
Yeah,
Corona,
but
if you
actually
know what I mean. A
tastes
really
better
light.
than Corona.
To be fair, anything that needs a lime shoved in it to make it
Yeah,
taste better.
exactly. Well, this Corona's.
Although that's not what the lime was for,
Pardon?
right?
No, supposedly,
But,
it was a marketing ploy.
or is that an urban myth?
It was a marketing nonsense, wasn't it?
Oh, you've heard a different story to me.
What did you hear? Go on. To keep flies off it.
I heard,
But flies wouldn't.
yeah.
Not even flies would drink that stuff.
In Mexico, they're a lot more
Oh,
desperate.
need to be.
I'd heard it was to stop a fly getting to the top of the bottle. I heard it was because they had a lime to it because the bottles would sit in warm cellars and therefore would generate this musty smell, so it would take the musty smell away. I heard it was to do with Mexicans couldn't cope with that lime, salt, and chili, therefore they'd added lime to their beers because they couldn't do it to tequila. I heard it was because it killed bacteria once the bottle had been open. I think probably it's because it tastes better with a bit of lime in it than it does without it.
And just when it goes warm, it tastes even worse. But yeah, with the lime in it, it takes it away. But yeah, I don't know.
But it's got that sort of body
It
to
was
it.
just the pretentiousness of it. I remember back in the day, and people going, "Oh, have you got lime put in it?" I'm not gonna swear, but
Both Matt and I used to run pubs and bars and clubs, sometimes together, more often than not apart. But that Friday or Saturday night when you've got the bar is 3 deep and there's 800 people enjoying music in the club, and someone comes up and goes, "Can I have a Corona?" And you're thinking, "Oh God, now some bugger's got to go and find the one remaining lime in the walk-in fridge and cut it up.
no,
Can I not just pour some lime cordial in here?"
trust me, I've thought about it. Just yeah, put it in lemon, put a bit of lemon in it, and pour the lime cordial in the top. No one's going to notice.
I seem to recall having one of our bar backs, and they were doing a great job keeping the fridges full for us to operate from. And me just turning around and saying, "Whatever you do, stop putting Corona in
Let
the
it run out.
fridge. We're going to run out, but we've got loads in the cellar, boss. We're going to run out because I've run out of lime, and I can't deal with one more angry person in a suit telling me I don't know what I'm doing."
There was that. I as you well know, those certainly at that bar, I'd let it run out. It'd be the first thing that ran out, and I'd leave it out, and I hate it. I hated the stuff.
Back to Metroland. We should be focusing on the beer we're trying. I'm struggling. It's fairly nondescript in a way. I mean, I like the freshness, the citrus of it. I'm having a second. Would I remember tomorrow what it tasted like? And we did a dry run on this podcast earlier in the week, and I thought when I opened it, I can't actually remember what this tastes like. We did practice this, believe it or not, from the quality of this podcast. This is the practiced version.
I don't know why. I think we should just do it ad hoc. Right, ad hoc. That's not the right word. Just do it.
The after notes aren't the sort of punchiness you get from a
Yeah, it's not that. It hasn't got that. It's like you said earlier. You said it was inoffensive. It's inoffensive. It just is. It's good. It's better when it's cold. Mine's starting to warm up past the point where I want to drink a lot more of it. So apart from that, it's all right.
For a beer that looks relatively flat, it's got a lot of gas
Yeah,
hidden in
yeah, I
it.
think it has as well. Yeah, I can feel.
See, I poured it and thought, well, that looks fairly flat and
Oh yeah, spin
lifeless.
that
But
glass
actually,
around
as
and
we're
it
going through
starts
it,
to
it's sparking some
sparkle.
more.
Look at that.
Yeah. Absolutely. And Metroland, I mean, it's available in some supermarkets, but up and down the country, you'll find these bottle shops popping up. There's one near where Matt lives that's absolutely brilliant. If you want to go and try something different from some independent, you try to tap the
Yeah,
last
of
drop
course,
out of that can.
mate. I'd have tried to wring it out if I thought I could get away with it. You can't let anything go to waste.
There are
In
these
days now where things become
absolutely
everything's getting expensive, you get the most out of every one of them.
yes. And that's us, right? We're not expensive, but we're helping you save some money by testing beer for you. If you think after half an hour of this drivel you still want to try the beer, then we've done a great job. If after half an hour you don't want to drink the beer, but you want to tune into next week's podcast,
Yeah.
we're just as happy. Just carry on the podcast thing. Otherwise, this becomes a very short-lived effort with some very expensive baffle mics that will go
Like
totally to waste.
stick them
Because
back on something.
I can't do a Teams call like
No,
this. You can't see my face.
some would say that's
That's an advantage. Thanks, mate. But even when he's trying to insult me, he's trying to do something.
I do.
So
I'm quite a subtle person, as you well know. I'm not a subtle person particularly.
subtle as a
I've
sledgehammer.
been known.
Doesn't make you bad. No one can say you're a bad person, mate. 2 tries bitter. I'm gonna go with. We're not scoring them, are we?
I don't think that's fair
scores.
because it's my taste over somebody else's. Whoever picks this up might think it's great and want to drink a lot of it. I think it's okay. I'm not a.
Well, I wouldn't. If I was going somewhere,
Oh, a couple of these, yeah. If you're out at a thing
I'm not going
and you don't want to get too hammered, or you don't want to get hammered at all, a couple of these would be great. Actually, be really nice.
If you tune into Matt on TikTok or Instagram, Beer Tasting 123, you really need to learn, by the way, to do your own self promotion rather than just making me look like I'm your biggest fan. And I've got your face tattooed on my on my calf. I haven't yet.
Right.
That'd be one heavy night before that happens. And that'll be a bit of a shock when I wake up in the morning and go, oh, God.
I tell you what, if I get 200... no, if I get 2,500 listeners...
No, I'm not agreeing to anything you're about to say.
Would you get my face tattooed on your leg?
If you got what?
No,
200,000 followers? 200,000 followers and you want me to tattoo your face on my leg?
You?
Surely if you get 200,000 followers, I should get... Would I? No. I like wearing shorts.
I'm quite photogenic, some would say. I've got a small round face.
I'd have to grow
a baby.
I'd have to grow my calf.
I look like a baby
bigger.
with a moustache.
I could say that I had one of my 3 beautiful children came out of the womb with a beard.
I don't know about that.
Right, so for 200,000 followers on your Beer Tasting 123 Instagram, what would you do?
For me, it's mine. I've developed it. Of course I've got that.
Yeah, so celebrate it. What would you do? Would you get like...
do you know what I'd do? I would love to do.
I'd
want to go back to Bordeaux and go to La Tupina and eat. That's to celebrate 200,000. That's what I would do.
That's a nice reward. But if you want people to subscribe to you, you actually have to give them something they think would cause you pain. Like maybe getting that tattoo you wanted on your stomach.
Oh, the pig. The pig. No, I want that on my shoulder. But I get told I'm not allowed. So it used to be.
But if you get 200,000... If you got 200,000 followers, could we not get a version of that where we just do your whole chest with like heart, ribs?
What, of mine? No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Chop here for a spare rib. No. Not having that. Are you mad?
Oh dear, hang on. So you heard it here. He's agreed. 200,000.
I got 200,000 followers. If you
Beer Tasting 123
to the Dad, my face tattooed on your
Hang
leg.
on, why am I agreeing to getting your
Not my
head
whole
tattooed on
head,
my leg, but
just
you're
my little
refusing to get
smiling
anything apart from
face.
going for
I've only got a little face.
apart from going? You're going for a lovely meal in Bordeaux, and I'm getting your noggin
Yes,
tattooed
yes.
on my
Do you know
leg.
why? Because I reckon it only costs you.
I feel this is like
Costs
a
you
one
50,
way.
60 quid to get 200,000 followers. Bots. But at least I'll have 200,000.
It costs 50
And then you
quid
get
to
the
fly to
tattoo and I get to
Bordeaux
go to Bordeaux.
on your own.
Well,
Although passport control, I could lift my
yeah,
leg up
look
to
at
see if
me.
it works on the scanner.
Oh, passport.
I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, passport control. Just like something.
Safe space.
Yeah, I know. No, it's
Safe
just
space.
passport.
Passport
I was
control.
just thinking that. I'm just actually something just triggered me. I've got to think. I've got to do that. That's another job I've got to do. I should have a little pad of things to write down.
Oh, your
No,
passport running
it's
out.
fine. I just need to find it somewhere in the house. That's all. It's around somewhere.
So there's your thought for the day. If it's Sunday when you're listening to this, or even if it's a Thursday or a Friday, sometimes there are just Sunday jobs. Matt's Sunday job is to find his passport that he's now lost for 2 weeks. Two tribes Metroland. It's something I could put down and not pick up again to leverage your passport anecdote. Inoffensive, I think is the word
Yeah.
we're going to go with.
Yeah, and it's
Fairly,
there. It's
fairly inoffensive. It's in a glass. Well, it was in a glass. It's gone now.
Yeah.
If you want to try something light, keep it cold, and give it a go. I've stolen your line from Beer
You
Tasting
have.
123 there.
You certainly have.
His name is Matt,
And his name is Elton.
and we're having beer together. See you soon.